Hey, seventh grade. This week we're going to continue with topic 6 and get started with lesson 2, which is renewable energy resources. This begins on page 300, and we're going to talk about renewable energy resources. Much like we talked about in our last lesson with non-renewable resources, which are, things that cannot be replaced, right? Renewable resources are things that we're going to focus on that can be replaced, things that the earth just naturally provides for us. Okay, so there are mainly 5 renewable resources that we're going to talk about today. So the first one we're going to talk about is our solar energy. It comes from the sun. Okay, so the way in which we get power from the sun is we have solar cells. This is really just kind of like glass that have solar cells in it. Okay, so solar panels that you see on people's houses, greenhouses, all help trap the heat of the sun and generate it to power. Okay, another one we have is bioenergy. Bioenergy is plant-based, is made from plant-based materials, and it's turned into biofuels. Okay, so these are then burned to generate power. Okay, the only problem here is when these biofuels are burned, we know that it produces harmful toxins such as carbon dioxide into our atmosphere. However, it's renewable because these plant-based materials that are turned into biofuels are only limited to where they grow. Okay, and they can grow in many, many places. Another renewable resource we have here is geothermal. So this is heat on the opposite scale from the sun, and it is heat from deep below Earth's surface. Okay, and there are ways to extract this heat through power plants that can be used on Earth's surface. Okay, so deep below in the core, inner, outer, mantle area, there are ways that the power plants can, dig down, collect this heat, and use it to heat people's homes and, buildings and things like that. Okay, we also have wind energy. Okay, we have wind everywhere, right? There are different amounts of winds in certain places, but wind energy is a renewable resource that does not run out. This sort of works to generate power in the way that convection works. If you can remember from 6th grade, a little bit about convection. That could help you with this as well. So as long as we have our sun, we will have wind energy. Okay. And then lastly, we also have hydro energy, and this comes from water. Really, you will want to use hydro energy in areas around the world that have lots of bodies of water, such as dams or rivers where they can put in turbines. Turbines are these machines, are these electrical machines actually, that convert water into energy. And that's something that is considered a renewable resource because water will not run out, hopefully. So those are our 5 main renewable resources that we want to focus on for this lesson. Some of these renewable resources are not great options for everywhere around the world, okay? That is because some are just not evenly distributed, okay? So you wouldn't want to have a power plant in the state of, Washington that focuses on solar energy, okay? Because that area just doesn't get a lot of sun. So that wouldn't be the best option for there. Wind, yes, we have wind everywhere. But as we have learned in the past, also I think from 6th grade, there are fronts and air masses that are stronger in certain areas than other areas. So, you wouldn't want to create a power plant that solely works off of wind in areas that are just not that windy. Okay, so you want to think about it like that. They're just not evenly distributed around the world. Okay, so that's why certain places have to work with certain energies, such as like biomass, that isn't, or bioenergy, that isn't the greatest option because it does produce harmful toxins into our atmosphere. But that might be the only option for a certain area because that's what they have the most of there, right? A lot of plant-based materials that they can use with it. Okay, so with that being said, let's get into the actual text here, the book. So if you're on page 300, you will see you have only one vocab term to add to your list. So get that highlighted. It is on page 301. It is renewable resource, okay? That is just basically energy that can't run out, or any resource that can't run out. So alternative energy resources such as the solar power tower in figure 1 are considered renewable resources because we cannot run out of them. Okay, they are replaced by nature with a little help from us. All right, so that you can probably highlight and make sure you get that definition down. But let's head on over to the lesson check on page 306. So question 1. We have name 5 renewable energy resources. I'm not going to go over all 5, but if you were listening at all, hopefully you already have them jotted down, but you can certainly find them on pages 302, 303, 304, and 305, okay? And let's move on to question 2. Is wind power a practical source of renewable energy everywhere on Earth? Explain. Well, this is kind of what I just explained to you, right, about being evenly distributed. So we talked a little bit about wind. Let's see. Is wind a great option everywhere? Probably not, right? If you can think of some areas that don't produce a lot of wind, like I said, you wouldn't want to have your power plant that's focused on wind energy in those areas. So explain to me how I kind of just did why wind power is not, or wind is not evenly distributed around Earth, okay? And let's go on to question 3. Which renewable energy source poses problems most similar to those of fossil fuels? Explain. So this we want to head on over to page 305. All right. You're going to see your bioenergy resources. And we also talked about this in the beginning. So why is bioenergy not the best option in terms of keeping it healthy for our planet? What do they produce in our atmosphere? So you want to explain all of that, okay? Why is it harmful? Also, let's go over to question 4. Suppose your state wants to encourage the use of renewable energy resources by investing in a power plant. Hello, video bomb. In a power plant fueled by a renewable energy source. Describe how you would investigate which renewable source would be most suitable for your area. So this is basically what I had just talked about as well. You want to think of an area that would best be suited for any one of these renewable energy resources. So if you had a power plant located in Texas, just off the top of my head here, what is the best renewable resource energy that you could use. I'm sorry, my daughter's here and I am flustered now. So,
Mommy.
hi, sweetie.
Mommy.
So you want to investigate the area. You want to talk about Evelyn Rose. You want to talk about which energy resource would best fit that area. Okay, if you have any questions on this lesson, please let me know, and I will get talking to you about lesson 3 soon. Bye, guys.